Good evening and welcome to African Home Building News and Analysis brought to you by PE Live and sponsored by Rehoboth Properties, Mayfair Estates, Godkeep Properties, Adum City Estates, NALA and Lemonade Finance. In the headlines today, Ghana Electrical Contractors warn against the use of inferior cables. Embrace the New Land Act, public urged. And in international news, first-time home owners are turning their houses into rental properties. My name is Nanaya Otrebia. Now the news in details. Ghana Electrical Contractors warn against the use of inferior cables. The Ghana Electrical Contractors Association, GECA, has warned that the incessant increase in the prices of electrical cables is promoting the use of inferior cables in the construction of buildings. President of the association, Awal Sakib Mohammed, who was speaking on an Accra-based radio station, explained that a lot of the buildings were sitting on a time bomb because of the inferior cables that were used in their wiring. According to him, the system was not well regulated. As such, both public and some private jobs are lumped up and given to one person who is also a building contractor and wants to maximize his profits as a businessman. He added that some of them are not able to price well for the electrical works, and in order to make up for the underpricing, they force the electrical person to go with any amount. The association is therefore pushing for separation of jobs so that electrical jobs are awarded separately to specialized electrical companies, whereas the civil and building work are given to a civil engineer. He explained that the cost of borrowing and cedi depreciation are seriously affecting the cost of cables and thus contributing highly to the use of inferior cables and shoddy electrical works in the country. Embrace the New Land Act, the public urged. The head of the Public Relations Unit at the Ministry of Lands and Natural Resources has encouraged the public to embrace the New Land Act. It will be recalled that the Parliament of Ghana on December 23, 2020 passed into law a New Land Act 2020, which is the Act 1036. It was passed by the President of the Republic of Ghana, Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, on the same date. The Act was enacted, among other things, to revise, harmonize, and consolidate the laws on land to ensure sustainable land administration and management, efficient and effective land tenure, and to provide for related matters. It was passed with several innovative provisions that will promote sustainable land administration and management for effective and efficient land tenure. To this end, the Act 1036 establishes a broad-based framework for registering land rights and interests, customary land rights, and framework. This is aimed at enhancing transparency and accountability in the land governance institutions. Still staying on land issues, the chairman of the Lands Commission, Mr. Alex Kwenu, has reaffirmed the Commission's commitment to decentralizing its operations. The move is expected to boost investor confidence in the 6 new regions and ensure that efficient land administration service is at the doorstep of every Guinean. He made this statement in the Savannah region during the commissioning of the last out of the 6 regional offices. Mr. Kwenu stressed the significance of the Lands Commission in serving the government and the general public, particularly in managing public lands and other lands vested in the President as prescribed by the Constitution. The Savannah Regional Minister, Mr. Saheed Muhazu Jabro, on his part recounted a struggle the region had gone through in dealing with land issues. He said due to the seriousness of the land issues to the people of Savannah region, the Regional Coordinating Council, in collaboration with the chiefs, particularly the Yabunra, acquired a 3-acre land for the commission in readiness for its office and staff accommodation. The team also paid a courtesy call on the king of the Gonja land, Yabunra, to thank him for his support and provision of the land for the construction of the office. Please stay with us as we go for a short break. We'll be right back. Thank you for staying. Now in international news, rental properties are hot and prices continue to climb as home sales hit record lows in the United States. A mix of unavailable inventory and high mortgage rates of over 7% have driven people to wait out the inflation and mortgage interest rate storm and rent a place to live. This is good news for owners of multifamily dwellings, but some homeowners are looking at the prospect of renting out their own homes. Airbnbs have grown out of favor in some communities with new restrictive tax laws, permits, and zoning ordinances, making the process extremely difficult and expensive. Those communities are increasingly balking at a steady flow of people coming into neighborhoods for days, weeks, and months with a lot of temporary tenant turnover. A newer course of action is homeowners renting out their first homes to help finance their second. Obviously, most people who bought their first homes weren't looking at them as potential investment rentals in years ahead. But the current economy has some homeowners thinking about the money they could earn far above what they could pay in home mortgages. It's also a good way for young homeowners to dip their toes into wealth building, and there are few investments more lucrative than owning a real estate. That's all for news tonight. Thank you for staying with us. A very big thank you to Railboat Properties, Mayfair Estates, Godkey Properties, Adum City Estates, NALA, and Lemonade Finance for sponsoring. Kindly follow us on our social media handles. We're on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and LinkedIn at Property Express. And for more news too, please visit our website at www.propertyexpress.org. This has been African Home Building News. My name is Nanaya Ochrebia. Thank you.